you hear about my introduction, so I'm Chief Sustainability Officer in Tanmiah Food Company for the last 5 to 6 years. Before that, I was head of operation for feed production, and my background is metallurgy and materials engineering with MBA, and I have MicroMaster in supply chain management from MIT, doing my master in sustainability from Harvard. I have been working in Tanmiah from the beginning. If you see, like, even in the feed production position, my job was to create sustainability in the system. So the topic which I am going to cover is how to integrate the sustainability ESG principles into financial strategy. This topic you can take it from perspective of making your own strategy for your own company, and this topic can also be a topic of how to invest in how to make your investment strategy and to invest in companies which are more sustainable. So sustainability is basically it is now not a matter of good to do or not to do. It is now the matter of how effectively and as soon as possible we implement this strategy, because of the global warming, because of the social and economic impacts which the industrial revolution have on the social and the communities. So we cannot think sustainability about only environment, because it is integrated into social and community. It is affecting social life and community life also. And when we think about sustainability, like when we start our sustainability journey, we were mostly focused on waste management, like how to convert waste or how to remove the burden of the waste. But sustainability now is about environment. It is about how to integrate in the whole supply chain and the whole operations of the company. So the strategy for the companies will be to do well, like make money, and do good, like solve social and environmental problems. So that is now the new strategy for the companies. And I will share with you the case study of Tanmiah Food Company. We are the most, like you could say, the highest growing company in the food sector in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. And this case study is inspiring in the sense that we have increased our MSCI. I hope most of the people will know about MSCI is Morgan Stanley Composite Index of the ESG index. We have increased our rating from B to BBB. I hope you will receive the new grading in April, but we already got the marks from. And it is a consecutive increase. We are the top 10 most innovative companies by Forbes Middle East, and we have got consecutive awards for the Best Product of the Year award. We is a poultry company, integrated poultry company. We are getting the chicks, or you can say the parents, the breeder, which is the, like, you know, the raw material, you can say, for the chicken production, from the Ross, aviation Ross, which is like more than 60% of the world market share. And we are the company which is the best. Like, there is no company above us, although there are companies which are matching us in breeder efficiency. But these companies are not, there is no company which are more efficient than us. And we are the only company which is offering omega-3 chicken, which is innovative. Maybe one or two companies are doing this, although you will find omega-3 eggs. There are many other things which you can say in the social sector. we have recently, 1 week ago, we have got the we are the top company in best place for work, like rank 1. Under the ADG, we are the part of ADG umbrella. So ADG, Al-Daba Group is the holding group, but Al-Daba Group got the top award, but since Tanmiah is a part of, so we participate in that survey also. So this is what, this is the case study which I want to, or you can say the example, or which I want to share with you. So in the case of how to integrate your sustainability ESG strategy principle into financial performances, basically when we started it, we, as a food company, we are directly impacting sustainability of the environment and social and the community. Why? Because we are using 70% of our cost of production is feed, and 90% of the feed is coming from outside. So you can imagine that how much shipping cost, how much fertilizer. Fertilizer is one of the most damaging activity, which is application of chemical fertilizer. So when when they apply fertilizer, like the world population is increasing, we have to grow more corns, more soya, more rice and all this thing, and chemical fertilizer is one of the easiest way to grow more corn, but it's damaging the environment. It is said that a fertilizer is good for fertilizer application is like chemical fertilizer application. It is the saying in the old ages that it is good for the father but bad for the son, because you damage the earth with the soil with the time. So for us, sustainability is directly impacting. So first of all, when we, to integrate our sustainability strategy, we basically start with data collection. And we want this data because we want to be more efficient. Without data, you do not how to control the operations. So data is one of the main first thing which we started to collect the data, and we implement data collections SOPs, and then recently we also implemented the ESG software, but we start to collect the data. How much waste we are, for example, collecting, what is the kind of waste? Can this waste be converted into energy? How much energy, energy or fertilizer like the poultry manure and all this thing, which is the bio-waste. And by the way, bio-waste is a renewable source. So we find out that it is a renewable source. It is not a burden for us. It is a renewable source. And then when we collect all this data, how much energy we are using, we optimize, we collect all the data for our logistic also. How much, for example, every truck going from the feed mill and from everywhere, we took all the data from beginning, even parking, and then go to the go to and loading, everything. We took all the data, and then we analyze their data, and we find out the gaps, and we find the opportunities and the risk, and then we implement that, and we make the strategy. So, for example, in the data collection, we optimize our logistic, which save millions of riyals for us in transportation, and also thousands of liters of diesel we save. Then we want to find a solution for the waste management. So we say, okay, the other part of this is basically to innovate. Innovation, we need innovation because the existing solution was not viable, or you can say useful for converting waste to value, because this waste is a renewable source and we want to convert that to value. So we launched the Grant Challenge, and we put $1 million award on that, and we, to the whole world, like 25 countries participated that, and then we start collaborating with Istidama, we start collaboration with MOU with King Abdulaziz City of Science and Technology. And then we also have collaboration with KAUS, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. And then this prize was awarded to King Abdullah University of Science and Technology for 2 PhD students who gave us the solution to convert waste to renewable energy and then biochar. And then biochar is basically, I will tell you about biochar. Biochar is a carbonaceous material, it's a carbon negative material. And IPCC, International Panel for Climate Control, says that it is one of the instrument if you want to curtail the global warming, especially in the livestock production. So we award that, and we got the patent for biodegradable plastic. We functionalize that. I will not go in the detail of that. It is a little bit technical, but you can say we convert that biochar into functionalized material. Functionalize mean that you functionalize for purpose of using it in some purpose, and we make a composite plastic. We already got the provisional patent, but still we are now apply for the full patent, and we will get that, inshallah. So what I'm saying is that, first of all, the ESG principle, to integrate the ESG principle, I mentioned two things up till now. One is the data collection, data integration, data compilation, data analysis, because without data you cannot control, you cannot create efficiency. And then based on that data, when you analyze, you find opportunities and risk. You cater the opportunities, you avail the opportunities, and you tackle the risk by changing to innovations. Innovations mean that a simple, one organization cannot do all the things. Like we are the poultry company, we do not know about what is carbon nanomaterials, what are functionalization of the carbonaceous material. We did not know about plastic, so we collaborate with that. We awarded that, incentivized the scientists, and we got this technology, and then we are going to commercialize that. So this is one of the things which collaboration is, innovation is collaboration. So by analyzing your own data, basically you create instant opportunities for efficiency, cost cutting. For example, I will give you example of the UPS. UPS only give direction to, this is a very popular case study. I hope most of the people will know that. UPS give direction to the drivers to not take a right turn. To not take a left turn. Because on the left turn, you have to wait for the signal. In the right turn, you can, most of the time, you can take a right turn even if there is a signal is red. And for that, one of the, I have, for example, they save, I will give you the, how much they save. Orion, $400 million via route optimization. So UPS saved $400 million just by saying the example which I'm giving you about optimization, operational optimization. And they save millions of dollars. Not only that, but they also saved offset, or you can say not offset, but they reduce the emissions of by just not taking the left turn by the trucks. So these are the things when you get the data, because it is said that in the start of this century that this is the century of data. Data is a new gold. So get the data. Using the software is one of the first. You will not know which software you are using. So every industry has different software. For example, for us, we can use, we use FERA for ESG software, getting all the data, scope 1, scope 2 emissions, and scope 3, even some of the scope 3 emissions. So, but every industry is different. So you will find out which software is best for you and which platform is best for you. And then you analyze that data and you can capture instant cost cutting, instant carbon emission, instant things, for example, even about social, like how the, for example, the worker satisfaction surveys, the accident, how many accidents you are doing. Maybe you do not have the SOPs. You have to create the SOPs to how many accidents are coming, how many people are basically getting sick and all these things. So this will not only cover the environmental, but also the social things. And then after the data, you have to collaborate with other people, and collaboration is one of the SDG goals also, collaborate to accelerate. And then this collaboration, you will get the technology and innovation, because you know the companies like Nokia, for example, BlackBerry, these are the example, the recent examples. These companies failed because of they did not innovate. So innovation is one of the essential. Innovation and sustainability are two faces of the same coin. So innovation is very important. And for innovation, you have to collaborate. Without collaboration, and if you go, for example, if I have a ready-made solution, it's very expensive. So investing in the startups, for example, Unilever is investing in the startups and getting cheap technology, like startups, for example, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology or any university, you can go, you can find a lot of startups, you can invest in that and you can commercialize their technology. It's very cheap as compared to buy the ready-made solutions from the existing technology which are already commercialized. They will charge you premium. So investing in technology is one of the good strategy to minimize the risk of technological, you can say, the learning curve, avoiding the, if you are not innovating, or you will fall behind and you will lag behind, and there will be competitors which will launch the product and they will basically kick you out from the market, and there will not be like example of Nokia is there. So that is one of the things. So cost reduction. The other example is regulatory compliance foresight. For example, if the companies who have started GRI reporting, for example, these companies are far ahead of the of other companies when the government make it compulsory that SASB and GRI is important, then they are far ahead of these companies. So this is one of to integrate your ESG principles in the financial strategy is to mitigate the risk of compliance risk, because if, for example, for us, the Tanmiah, waste management is now the government. Before, like 10 years ago, there was no tight regulations. Now you have to process your waste and dispose it of. Now we are ready. We know the solutions. We can easily implement it. The companies which are not ready, they will be penalized, or they will get penalties. So these are one of the things which you can say, like you can. So the other thing which is to make your own objective. Like, what are the objective? What is the mission? What is your mission? Like, we make our mission of Tanmiah Food Company is to be #1 halal, an integrated poultry halal company in the world. This is the mission. No, sorry, #1 integrated sustainable halal company in the world. We want to be #1 sustainable. This is the mission. Now you have to create your mission. Now everything is, you have to look at it the lens of sustainability. So when you have the mission, you have to craft your mission, because for us the mission is not to produce chicken. We want to be #1 sustainable, #1 and halal company, because we are the customer which we are selling our product are basically most of the Muslim world. And Saudi Arabia is, if you see like halal label from Saudi Arabia as compared to Brazil, is too much different. The people believe that. So how we make it halal, how we make it sustainable, halal, and all these things, we have to use the SOPs, the quality control, and all these things. So we are, as I mentioned, is like in sustainability, in poultry industry, in the livestock production, feed is one of the ingredients, and we are the highest efficient company. We have the lowest FCR in the market. We have judged this different occasions where the feed quality, we bought the feed from outside and we judge the difference, that how much is different, because the feed we are producing is the highest efficient, and it reduce the burden on even not here, but in Brazil and Argentina, where we are buying. Using the less feed mean that less grain is used. When less grains are used, less carbon is emitting by application of fertilizer. So this is not only for cost cutting for us, like too much cost cutting for us, but it is also the cost cutting for the carbon emission for the land. It is good for the environment. Even it affects the environment in Brazil by not using too much feed, or not using, wasting the feed or the grains. So these are the things which you can do. And then when you, for example, there is example of the mission. I will give you one example of the mission. Is Patagonia is a company which is a garment company. They are recycling 25% of their garments. When you buy, they give you, like you can return the garments. They have the supply chain, or you can say the system where you can return, and they recycle that. So their mission is to build the trust of the product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to protect nature, and that can be a mission for that. And then there is one other company, it's called eyewear. No, it's the eyewear brand. Warby Parker mission is to offer a designer eyewear a revolutionary price while leading the way for spatially conscious business. So you have to craft your mission based on sustainability principles. So, and then based on that, you define your strategy. So the third thing which you define the strategy is to win. You take this, you have to communicate this to the market and enhance your brand. By enhancing the brand, the people, like, for example, there are surveys, McKinsey surveys, and there are numerous surveys that Generation Z and Generation Y and all the new generation is willing to buy the products which are more sustainable. You can create a brand loyalty, and you can create, like, you know, the trust of the customer. For us, for example, in the chicken industry, our product is, loyalty is very, you can say, for a short time. Like, for example, if my chicken Tanmiah brand is not there, a person will buy because he is going to have, like, for example, a party, or he is going to buy a grocery for a home, so he will buy with the Nia or any other brand. So how to make the customer to wait for you is very, very important for you, because maybe sometime your product is not on the shelf. So can a customer wait for you? And by putting this communication strategy to convey to the customer that you are the most sustainable. For example, we are the only company which is using oxy-degradable plastic in the packaging. We put it in this. We are the only company which is BRC certified, A+. BRC is basically food security and food safety standard, British Retail Consortium. They have the standard, we are certified by that. We are the only company which are animal welfare certified in this. I think the first company, now there are other companies also, but we were the first company which were animal welfare certified. So all this create a trust, and based on our analysis, we basically, the brand loyalty for us is very high as compared to the other brand based on the Nielsen study, and which we do our brand studies. So this is one of the other thing, the third thing which I mentioned to you. And then when you are, for example, you are more sustainable. The investment, for example, you can access the green bonds. You can have like cheap investment access, for example, externally. That is also good for you. Your employee satisfaction is very high because based on the surveys, McKinsey surveys and all this thing, the employees who are attached themselves to the goal of the company, like they are personally satisfied that they are doing something good for a company, the company is doing good. Those employees are basically, you increase the retention of good employees, you attract the good employees, because the new generation will want to work for a company which is doing good. For example, a cigarette manufacturing company, if you ask the new generation, will you work for a cigarette manufacturing company or for a company which is making electric cars? And if both job offers are the same, I think they will, 100% they will, I'm not saying 100%, but most of the people, more than 90% of the people will say, okay, electric cars, because there's more good for the environment. So these are the things which you can retain the good employees. Good employees mean that the continuity of business is also enhanced. The people are not leaving, and your performance is increased, your efficiency is increased, and then the whole company is impacted. So this is the fourth thing. So there are various examples. I can give you many examples. I have noted this, but one of the thing which we did is one of the step which we is the materiality assessment to integrate your strategy, ESG principle into your financial strategy. We did single materiality. We will do the double materiality. So I will tell you what is the single materiality. And the single materiality, you basically do the materiality assessment. Materiality means that what is material for you, what is important for you. There are so many key issues in the sustainability. For example, water stress, carbon reduction, health and safety, product quality and safety. All these things are very key issues. Waste management, water recycling, all these are the key issues. But when you do the materiality, you basically, from all the stakeholders, from customers, suppliers, the employees, the owners, the shareholders, all the people basically give you one of their view that what is important for them. And there is a methodological, like it is a, you can say like the weighted average, or all these issues are then compiled and you see what are material for you. Every company is doing, if you go to all the big companies which are A or AAA companies, they are doing the double materiality. So double materiality is that you basically connect the financial performance of your company to the ESG key issues. And then you define that double materiality. You basically see how much is, what are the issues which are basically material for you in terms of ESG performance, in terms of, at the same time, in terms of financial performance. And when you do this double materiality, basically you define the key issues. For example, for us, when we do the materiality assessment, we in 66 issues, key issue, we shortlisted 8 issues. And we divide that 8 issues in 3 pillars, which are sustaining people, sustaining the planet, and sustaining agriculture. So these 3 issues, and then in sustaining planet, for example, water stress management, waste management, sustaining agriculture is to innovate, to be an innovator, the first mover advantage. For example, we are working, my colleagues are here also, they are working on, we are working on innovation to use liquid nanoclay. It is liquid nanoclay is a liquid clay in the form of liquid, where you are using in the soil to increase the water retention. And we are growing moringa. Moringa is an indigenous tree here. We are growing moringa. We will harvest that moringa to dry it and use in the feed. My colleague Asif is here. He's working on that. If you need any further information, he is here. We are working on biochar application, further process biochar application to convert desert to cultivable land. We are working on responsive irrigation system. It is other RDI company. So these trials we are going, and we want to sustain the agriculture. And this is one of the contribution from Tanmiah to spend money on R&D, to be example, or to be the front runner of in the livestock production, where the people can follow us and we can show to the people that what is best for in the context of Saudi Arabia. Because Saudi Arabia, the sandy soil, we need to convert that. And we are working, we launched the second grand challenge, $1 million to convert, to grow raw material here for a feed production. So this is one of the things. And then sustaining the people. As I mentioned that we are ranked number 1 this time. Previously we were ranked top 10, but now we rank number 1 in good place for work under the ADG Aldaba Group of Marela. And in terms of, so this is show that we are a good company in terms of people take care of our employees, and our product is, so all these things which I'm mentioning to you is the example that how, what how we start our journey. Like, we start I will reiterate all what I have sent is that, like, we start from data collection, data automation, do our assessment, gap analysis, then collaboration, and then do our materiality assessment, then define the strategy and the pillars, the important pillars for us, and then you make your own mission and your own objectives and how to have the target, like, for example, how much carbon you have to reduce, what is the policy or the strategy for the waste. Waste is a value. If you convert that, you can become a value. For example, there are technologies available where you convert waste to value, especially bio-waste is a value. You can convert it to renewable energy, you can convert it to other fertilizer, for example. But there are solutions for other waste also. Maybe there many people will not be here from food industry, but there are other, for example, you can convert tires to use it in the road construction. And other waste, there are technology available. So you have to have the strategy for your waste management, reduction of the waste, and then, because this is all your financial, affect your financial. The more waste you are creating, the more carbon you are emitting. The less waste you are creating, the less carbon you are emitting. So the conventional industrial process is to take resources from the biosphere, use it, and extract to it's called the technosphere. So biosphere, and then the industrial process, all is called technosphere, and then you excrete it again to the biosphere. So, but there should be a circularity, like your strategy should be that there should be a circularity of the process. It should not be like a linear process. There should be a circular where you take something from the environment or resources, you have to give it back, even if it is energy. You have to reduce the energy, and if you are using the energy, for example, Microsoft is using energy on their data centers and all their, whatever their operation is, and they are buying biochar, which I mentioned to you is a carbon negative material made from wood and biomass, to offset their emissions. And carbon, by 2030, they will become carbon neutral. By 2000, they will become carbon negative. So they will buy biochar from the companies, like, for example, they can buy from Tanmiah even, and they will offset that carbon to offset their carbon against their energy emissions. So you can offset your emissions by buying carbon credits, by more efficiency, by using the circular economy principles, and also by more efficient. Like the more efficient you are, the less carbon you are emitting. So there is a Japanese saying that there are always problems. There are always problems, and you have to search for a problem and solve it. So there is no limit for the efficiency. Like you can become you should not be satisfied that you are efficient and this is the end. There is always some problem which we can solve, and we can make the system efficient. And Tanmiah is one of the example for you. We can share the more detail with you. I cannot, I think there will be a time limitation. But what we have done in the limited time is, I believe, is a good example. And how to innovate, how to create efficiency, how to digitalize. By the way, I forgot to mention that we have now in the process of digitalizing all the farmhouses. Like the farmhouses, the bird weight will be calculated when they grow based on the automation. There will be cameras will capture the infographic, spectrographic imaging to see the bird health. The feed consumption, the water consumption, the vaccine effect, everything is coming on the control room. There is a big control room where there are people are sitting, and they monitor throughout, like all the northern area. We have like hundreds of farmhouses. These farmhouses are captured. This data is analyzed. The system gives you indication, preemptive indication that what is happening in the farm. For example, the FCR is out of limit. The mortality is out of limit. All these things are captured. We have put all our trucks logistics system on track and trace system, where every driver is It is already in the market. I think most of the people are doing this, logistic companies, but we have also installed it in our system to create efficiency. So digitalization, innovation, and this should be a part of the strategy that when you innovate, it should be like, there should be a financial reason for that. And financial reason, for example, if you do some waste management project, it should not be for waste management. There should be a financial return to the company. Otherwise, you can spend a lot of money without any limit. So I will stop here. I think the time is over, and if you have any question, please let me know.